flower lover, I couldn't help myself and I started to collect floral books. I use them to visually inspire me and also to inform myself about the correct name of the flowers, where they come from, their varieties, all sorts of things related to flowers. And in today's video, I'm gonna show you my mini collection of floral books and explain a little bit how I have been using them into my art practice. So without further ado, let's jump into my collection of floral books. So these are all my books. They are not many. I have just 7 books. I started to collect this book more intentionally at the end or at the middle of last year, and I now started to categorize them into books to visually inspire me and books to inform myself about the flowers, but there are some books that goes into both categories, so I will explain and I will show you a quick flip through of each of these books for you in a chronological order, and try to explain why I decided to get these books and how I have been using them into my art practice. So the first book that I bought was this one called Botanicum, from Kate Scott and Katie Willis, and it is bigger than what I was expecting. I didn't pay attention to the measures of the book when I bought it, but I was fascinated with the illustrations from Kate, yeah, and I wasn't that at that time I was not so much interested about the flowers information, so I wanted something to look at and see the details in the flowers illustration. This book includes not only flowers, as you can see here in the contents, it also includes trees, palms, herbaceous plants, grasses, and then some orchids and bromeliads, I guess it is call it like that. So yeah, I have just used this book. I think this image I use as reference when I was working on my book of flowers one. So let me show you this. Let me see if I can show you these flowers. This image informed me to create these pages, and see, I wanted like a reference image to draw and paint some magnolias, and this book I use it for this, and it has you see, this is so beautiful. This could go to my wall and I would stay hours happily look at it, you see. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book. This is such a nice illustration of different kinds of flowers, and in some way it also helped me to start recognize flowers. For example, I didn't know at the time that these are hellebore, and yeah, so how beautiful is that. This kind of illustration also helped me give me some inspiration to create some pages in one of my sketchbooks. Let me check. Like, to create things like that. It's not the same, you know, because I used as the bouquet reference this image, but then I wanted to use like a black background, and this was the image that inspired me to do that. So yeah, this was my first book, Botanical, and I have used it mostly to get some reference images to explore in my sketchbooks. The second book I bought was this one called A Garden Eden. It's from Taschen. It's a classic from Taschen, and it has also like a bigger version, and yeah, but I was kind of disappointed with this book. Don't get me wrong, the images here are really beautiful, but I think they deserve to be seen like as like not that small, no, they deserve to be in a bigger book. And also because the first book has like a modern style of illustration, and this one is like a vintage illustrations. Yeah, it was like an opposite style of book and illustrations, and my first reaction was to put it aside and like just look at it 1 month later. But as you see, I started to use the book as reference. Let me see what I have here. Okay, yeah, some reference for flowers that I was not used to draw. That one, I think I have this one on my a page on my blue journal with this one. Yeah, you see, it was inspired by this one. And what else? Oh, this is so nice, but I don't remember if I explore this imaging in any way. I don't think so. Oh, this is an amaryllis. No, this is just things that I was selecting, but I didn't use it. Yeah, so it has lots of information, but then yeah, somehow I am not attracted to read all the information here. It's too much, and it's not like, how I would say, simplified information that you can quickly read and get the information that you want. Yeah, even though yeah, it's part of my collection, and I will keep like looking for some reference image in this book in the future. So the third book that I bought is called Petal from Adriana Picker. Adriana is an Australian illustrator, and if I'm not wrong, she does digital illustration, so all the illustration in this book are digital. And I bought this book because I was fascinated with her style, and she has here a collection of flowers that was very useful for me when I was working on my first book of flowers. For each flower she presents some background information, like roses here, rose. So you have some quick information here that I also use to include in the first pages of my chapters. So like this one. Oh, I think this is upside down. Yeah. So let me show you some example. At the beginning of each of the chapters, I include some descriptions about the flowers, and at the time I use some of the information that was in this book. Wow, but using my own words. Then look at the details on this illustration. I really like Adriana's illustration because I can see all the details, all veins in the petals and in the leaves, and then decide if I want to create something similar or not. The colors are stunning. The colors that she chose as the background for the chapters, oh my god, they make me so happy. And yeah, she has also some native flowers from Australia that I also explored. Don't remember which journal it was, but yeah, this is an amazing book that I really recommend because many of of its illustrations. So this is my fourth book, and it was really hard to get this book because it at the time it was not being delivered to Portugal, but I managed to get this book. It took me a while, but it was about the time I have started to work on my project called the Bouquet Studies, and it has this approach of present a flower and then give different recipes of flower arrangement using that flower. So in this case you have allium, and it has like 1, 2, 3 recipes, and I really like these images where the two authors, and I forgot to mention their names, is Alethea, Harampolis, and Rizzo. They present like all the flowers of the arrangement like individually and identify each one of them, and then put them together in a beautiful arrangement. So yeah, this book was very helpful because in my Bouquet Studies journal I was creating some sketches based on a bouquet image and then trying to identify the name of the flowers. I was like trying to discover the flowers, and this book was helpful on that, but was not enough. I want to have more information, but anyway, I explored, for example, this book, this image in the cover of the book. It inspired me to create these pages on my in one of my journals. I explored like a collage. You see here I create the big magnolia, and then the little poppies, the sweet peas, you know, some of the big leaves are here. Yeah, so I will definitely come back to this book to explore more of these arrangements in the future because they are gorgeous. I love this book. So the fifth book was this one called The Complete Language of Flowers, a Definitive and Illustrated History by Theresa Dietz. Not sure how to pronounce their name, her name. But this is it's kind of a glossary, I would say, because I bought this book right after I bought the recipe, the flower recipe book, because I was wanting more information about the flowers, and I also wanted to have like a quick confirmation about the names of the flowers. So in this book, what we get is a mini illustration of the flowers, and then its official name, and also some how can I say, alternative names of the flowers. It also has information about its symbolic meaning, possible powers, and some facts and folklore about the flowers. But the most important for me was to quickly recognize, to quickly and visually recognize the flower and know its name and all possible other names associated with the flowers. So this book is great for that. And sometimes in this big image in the beginning of each chapter, the chapters of the book, it's alphabet, it's by alphabetical order. And yeah, you have like beautiful illustration. I think it's the first one, this one. How beautiful is this bouquet, right? So yeah, the content is organized by letters. So I would say this is an informative book, and I will include this book in this category. Then I discovered these books from this author called Naomi Slade, with the photographer Georgiana Lane, and they are books dedicated just to one flower, and I include them, I would say, in the category of visually inspiring books. And this one is about lilies, and the photographies, the images that you get on this book are out of this world. Look how beautiful these images are. And we have also some information about the flower, its history, and then some other information. But I haven't read anything in this book yet, because I just like to flip through all these images. Like, I really like, because they are big, you know, and you can see the details, and the varieties of lilies in this book are wow. It has some species that I have never seen before. Like, I'm just trying to see this one with multiple petals. This is new for me. And let's see, there is one that is, so I can find the one, maybe I'm wrong and it is in another book, but just for you to know that Naomi has, like, I don't know, maybe 10 books about different flowers. I have just started my collection of Naomi's book, but I will definitely get the ones about roses, dahlias, daffodils. Oh my god, they are amazing. And if all the images on this book are that beautiful, it will worth the money for sure. So yeah, so the final book, the one that I got recently, is also from Adriana Picker. It's called Blossom, and I was expecting to get the same magical kind of illustration that Adriana used on the other book, the Petal one. And look at this, how gorgeous is this, right? And Adriana also used the same style of these colorful backgrounds in the book, but this one is organized by seasons. So it starts with flowers from spring, and then summer, and just a couple of flowers for autumn, winters, and the ones that goes around the year. And the information you get in this book, it's not, well, it's about the flowers, but she included some different subjects, like how to see like an artist, and then talk about tempura flowers and how to draw flowers, you know. It's a book with a variety of subjects that I'm really enjoying to read, and yeah, I really recommend the books of Adriana, because her illustrations are stunning, but also because, especially this last one, Blossom, because of its content. These are all my books. Oh, the big one is not here, but it's just for to make it easier to show you. And I have more books on my wish list. Another one that it's like this one, like a glossary, more books from Naomi Slade, a second book from Alethea and Rizzo, the one that is about I think it's mini bouquet or mini flower, something like that. But yeah, as the collection grows, I promise to come back here and show you more about the books that I will include in my collection, and also to show you how I have been used them. So I hope you have enjoyed to know more about my book collection, and I see you in the next video. Bye.